Hey everyone, I hope you're doing great. So this is going to be the final build video of the Horizon. That's the prototype model we are building for Natilus aircraft. If you haven't seen the first video yet, go check it out. And so in this video, we are hopefully going to complete the project for good. Means we will do all the final touches and install all the electronics and hopefully have it ready for the maiden flight. Now, maiden flight is going to be after paint. So it will be ready for the paint first and then a maiden flight will follow. So far, we completed around 80%. We installed the landing gear and the motors. We still need to cut the control surfaces and install the servos and also lights. Plus, we will need to cut a big hatch where all the electronics will be installed. All right, let's get to work. So we started with cutting the control surfaces and installing the servos. This plane will have 3 ailerons and 1 aileron on each wing. This means it's a delta wing plus 2 vertical stabilizers. For the servos, I made those wooden holders or mounts. These were glued in the foam before we even wrap the wings. The servo covers are going to be 3D printed because each cover will have a different shape or thickness to follow the wing profile or curvature, so you won't see a flat spot where there's a servo. All the hinges on this plane are going to be made out of Kevlar because those hinges are so clean and you barely see just a tiny seam, and also they are really quick to make. Next, I installed the lights on the wings. There are 2 sockets on each wing. These are also 3D printed. They are made out of high temperature resin. I will spray those with a black color so they don't look yellowish under the glass. Alright, we're done with the landing gear. Specifically this was left from last time because I was waiting for this part in here. This was made by PCB Way. This is an aluminium machine. It looks so beautiful. I chose aluminium, and with this finish, it's a premium finish. I don't know how they do that. It is shiny and it looks really nice. They have, of course, other materials as well to choose from, but this one is great. As you can see, I had to cut it from here because when I made this, I completely forgot about the space between the strut and the cut of the door. So I had to cut just a bit of it. I'm so proud of this whole undercarriage or the landing gear itself with the doors. It is so beautiful. Anyways, I'm gonna put the gear back up because I want to put it back on its belly so we can crawl inside this plane and work from inside. And at the end of the video, after I connect everything, we can cycle this whole landing gear and show you everything in action. All right. Alright, this is the cockpit windows. This took a while for us to install. It looks a bit dirty now because there is just some glue left over, but this is all going to be sanded and filled as well. There is here, we have to fill that and then sand it flush with the fuselage or with the skin. And then the glass comes in here. This is resin printed, and you see there is 0.5 millimeter frame or a lip in here for the glass to sit in, and there is also a channel inside for the glass to actually go inside that. When we cut this, we have a template for it. We cut it and it will simply just click. It will sit tight by itself. We still see foam from the inside. We're gonna sand this a bit and just paint it black. We're gonna keep it light. And this here is the bearer tube. It's ready as well and glued. I just put tape because We break these all the time. We just hit them with our knees and break them. So hopefully we will see that because of the yellow tape. Anyway, this is ready. Now we will move on and start working on the middle section and go from there. All right. So here is the main hatch that we cut out earlier. Here I'm sealing the side walls to cover the foam. Of course, I cannot leave any foam exposed, especially in areas where the paint might reach it. The foam will melt if it gets in contact with paint. Also, by sealing those, we are adding stiffness to the part. And so while waiting for these to fully cure, I started preparing the main board where I will install all the controllers. All the batteries as well will go on this board. Now this main board will need a base for it to be bolted inside the fuselage. I had to make some kind of assembly for it or a base for it that will be glued on the ceiling with a cutout in the bottom of it just to fit the main board so we can bolt it in. All right, this is the hatch. It's ready to be installed on the plane. We start with the obvious. These are air inlets. These are obviously to keep the electronics cool, especially the ACs. And yeah, it's a bit thick, but this is the whole plane. It is that thick, so I kept it as is. Doesn't look bad at all. These are also printed. This is on the Formlabs. This is the TUF 2000. I love this material. I've been using it now for a while. It's amazing. And this is here the latch. It is we used this once on the C-17 and it is super simple. Just click, it opens, and just grab it and open the hatch, close, and just click, and it's locked. And the hinges themselves are of course massive, but these will allow this whole hatch to open 110 degrees forward. We're gonna glue that box inside, install this, and then we are ready to put the main board. All right, I am out of breath. This one took a chunk out of our souls. This was tough, especially to bolt this inside. This one turned out beautiful. I cannot close it right now because we just glued this box or this base. And so next I need to still put some wires before I put the main board. I still need to make the wings, both of them, and brakes. There is still another receiver that will go there between the mains, right there, plus another beacon light that will also go between the main landing gear. So secondary receiver is in the bottom and the primary receiver is on top. I'm gonna install a second fin like this in the bottom as well for the secondary receiver. So next thing, install the board, program it, and power it on for the first time. How about that? All right, here's the main board. It is done. Everything is connected in here. So this can be just now installed inside the plane. These are the ASCs. These run on 28S. And these are the two connectors for it. Two batteries, each is 14S connected in series. We will have 4 batteries for the EDFs. This is the lights controller from Unilight. We love this stuff. This is the retract controller, brakes and doors. And this here is the central box 400 from Jetty model. And this here under that cover that I 3D printed, just to protect it, this is the gyro inside, this is the Cortex Pro. And now it's time to make the remaining wires for the wings and install this inside the plane and connect everything. All right, everything is plugged in and I am ready to turn it on for the first time.
Warning, low voltage. Waiting for GPS signal.
It's on, super quiet, but why are the lights on? They're all plugged in. Oh. All right. First of all the control surfaces are all over the place. I need to trim all these, but lights, I need to bring my laptop here. These two on the tail, I need them to blink after the strobe lights on the wingtips. Landing lights, as well, I need to have a third position for it. The landing light, I'll do a mix when I hit gear down, they turn on. So I need to adjust the lights and also update the center box and the receivers. And then start with trimming and adjusting all the control surfaces. All right, look at this. The Horizon is officially finished. She is obviously just missing the paint, but we are done with it. She looks stunning. Everything is programmed. Control surfaces are working. All the lights, these lights are so bright. Let me turn it on. By the way, look at this transmitter. Limited edition. You cannot buy this, just from Jetty. They put my logo on here. Beautiful. So quiet, you hear nothing. You don't hear any humming from the servos. Lights, beautiful. The wing lights. I cannot look directly at them, they are so bright. Those covers in here, these are printed. This is the clear resin. This one is sprayed with a clear coat that is UV resistant, so it makes the clear resin way better. This one, I haven't sprayed it yet, but when this is sprayed, it will be much more clear. Landing lights with another switch, they turn on. These ones here on the nose are crazy bright. The windshields are not glued yet because I have a feeling we should do that after the paint, just in case. I don't know yet. Now this plane will fly after the paint. This means she will go straight to paint. It's gonna have the Natilus livery on it, which is going to look amazing. And after that, we will do the final reveal and the main flight. But of course, to end this video, I have to do the usual. Take her out to the runway, drive it a bit, test everything, and just see how she handles on the runway. And then send it straight to paint. All right, we'll plug the batteries, take her out to the runway. All right, it is freezing out here. So we're gonna make it quick. We have all the batteries. And this here for the ACs. They don't need cooling in this weather. All right, hatch locked. So Alright, as you can see and hear, we could barely hear anything in this video. That day we had 15 miles per hour crosswind plus the freezing temperatures. Honestly, I was planning to go a bit fast, just below takeoff speed, and just raise the nose up a bit. But now watching the footage back, I think I did risk it a lot because I actually went to 55 miles per hour. But honestly, I felt that at that speed she will rotate, so I did not pull up on the elevators, which is great because the crosswind just whooshed it to the side of the runway. So at that moment I called it in. But anyways, I did a couple of runs back and forth. The most important thing for me was to see the acceleration of it, and that was great. The thrust on this plane is going to be more than enough. The rotation speed is going to be around 58 knots for it to rotate, and it will reach this speed in no time on this runway. I noticed that the steering was a bit squirrely at the beginning of the acceleration, but when it reaches the 30 miles per hour, the stabilizers will take over and it will stabilize it on the runway. But this can be also fixed by just adding some expo on the steering, just cranking the gyro a bit up to stabilize the steering. Other than that, I think it's an amazing airplane, amazing looking on the runway, and I could just feel it that it wants to take off. But anyways, this will have to wait a bit. Hopefully we will get a much better and warmer weather when it's finished, so we can have the main flight in a perfect day, which we are all looking forward to. Alright, so stay tuned for the main flight and the final reveal. That will be all in one video, hopefully very soon. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.